on a couple of these numbers is what we've seen. I believe if remember, Max India has finalized its demerger plan as well. Mohit Talwar, Deputy Managing Director of Max India, is joining in right now. Mr. Talwar, thanks so much for taking the time out. If you could just break it down for us as to how the demerger process and how the whole restructuring will take place.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Max India basically, as you know, today is a conglomerate. It's got underlying businesses which is into life insurance, health insurance, hospitals, senior living and others. So in order to obviate the holding company discount, we went through a spin-off or a demerger. And basically what we are intending to do is to trifurcate Max India into three parts. So there'll be three holding companies. There'll be Max Financial Services with an underlying business of only life insurance. So it's really a pure play, and in a sense, it's like a surrogate listing. The second vertical will be Max India, and the underlying businesses would be Max Bupa, Max Healthcare, Antara Senior Living, and some of our other smaller businesses. And the third one, which is going to be called Max Ventures and Industries Limited, will house the plastics business. All three holding companies will be listed. We have to go through a scheme of arrangement with the High Court, and so there is a process involved here. We have to get some regulatory approvals, all of which should take within 6 to 9 months before the three holdcos get listed.
All right. In fact, let's try and discuss that in detail in terms of the insurance sector, because we've been listening from the government as well. That's really been the high priority space as well. So take us to the potential when we talk about the insurance space as well, and what kind of opportunities are we actually exploring here when we talk about Max Financial Industries, because that'll be the group, or that'll be the holding structure for the insurance business. Am I right?
It will be the holding company for the life insurance business. It will not be the holding company for health insurance, because we believe that the health insurance is more linked to healthcare and allied businesses. So that will be under a separate holding company, which we are calling Max India. So let's talk about life insurance. Huge potential we see. We have done very well. We've seen growth coming back into the sector. We are a regular dividend paying company. It's making profits, and our embedded values are moving up very well. So the future looks pretty good, as far as the life insurance is concerned. As far as the health insurance is concerned, that again is growing at a rapid pace of about 35-40% year on year. And since it is only 4 years old, it obviously has a bit of a gestation before it breaks even. So I'm happy to also announce that our joint venture partner, Bupa, have agreed in principle to increase their shareholding to 49% once the ordinance becomes an act, and they will be coming in at par value.
Sure. In fact, let's talk about, you spoke about the healthcare insurance, but the healthcare business as well. What kind of updates are there? What's the road ahead? What's the strategy? If you can share some ideas as far as the pure healthcare business is concerned.
So again, on healthcare, we're seeing some rapid growth there.
Okay.
And I'm not in a position to announce the final numbers. As you know, we had recently closed out a transaction with our joint venture partner, which is Life Healthcare. That was done last year. And so we have got adequate funding into Max Healthcare to basically take it to its next phase of growth. So we're really looking at doubling our bed capacities from 2,000 to about 4,000 or so over a period of 5 years. And the business is almost at a break-even level as far as the PAT is concerned. It's already cash profitable. So from here on, I think the numbers are going to look pretty healthy. And we don't anticipate any further dilution in Max Healthcare because the funding which we raised through an equalization of our stake along with Life Healthcare should augur well for the next 3 to 4 years.
You've also approved the divestment of the clinical research business itself, Mr. Talwar. If I believe you're going to sell that business for around $1.5 million itself. Any plans as to where you'll be infusing that cash?
Well, this is a very small deal. We're talking about 9 crores of rupees, so
Sure.
It really gets into the wash. It's just that it's kind of non-strategic. It's got its regulatory challenges, so it's something that we wanted to kind of clean up. Whilst we're doing our demerger, is also a little bit of a cleanup exercise which is happening in the Max Group. So to answer your question, 9 crores is neither here nor there. It'll just add to our pretty healthy treasury corpus, which we currently have.
I'm going to squeeze in one more question, Mr. Talwar, out here, and probably ask you, it's probably the timing isn't the best one, and it's maybe early as well, but are there any strategic partners? Because you did mention that all the 3 companies will now be listed. Any strategic tie-ups, any fundraising plans, any stake sales that have been lined up?
Well, I've mentioned one. One deal that is going to happen is in our health insurance business, where Bupa will increase his stake.
Sure.
Life healthcare, in our healthcare business, we've already closed out that transaction. As far as life insurance is concerned, we have kept all our options open. We don't have any obligation or an option with our Japanese joint venture partner for them to increase their stake to 49%. So really, they could increase their stake, or we could get in FIIs. At the right time, right price, all our options are open in terms of doing a transaction in the life insurance company. So, but suffice to say that the group is well capitalized, extremely solvent, profitable, and we're seeing growth in most of our businesses. So, very happy about the state of affairs as far as the group is concerned.
All right, fair enough, Mr. Talwar. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us perspective as far as how the demerger process will take place and also the road ahead going forward from here for the company.
My pleasure.
All right, that's the management of Max India. That stock's really been on fire in the last couple of days. Remember, we've been getting you updates constantly over the last few days, talking about the way the corporate restructuring plan could play out. That's the Max India there, 8.5% close is what we've been seeing today. All right, we'll take a quick break.